today is a Yamaha THR5 amplifier. It's a 5-watt practice amplifier. I will play a couple of tunes on it today, a few different guitars. As you can see, it's got a aux socket for the speakers, headphone jack input. On the back you also have a printer style USB port to use as a recording interface, your power connection and a Kensington lock slot. Just to give you a demonstration of how portable it is exactly, I have here a camera bag which is designed for an SLR camera and maybe 1 or 2 lenses. So as you can see in the front of that, I have half a power supply. There is the other half of the power supply. On top of the amp in the main compartment, we have printer USB cable, the aux jack for hooking up your phone to the amp, and as you can see, the amp is nice and snugly in there. It's it's under 2 kilos, I think. It's fairly lightweight, so you can throw a guitar over one arm and this over the other. It's pretty comfortable. Okay, so let's look at the modern amp setting on it. Guitar in this demo is a basswood B.C.Rich Mockingbird with EMG pickups. It's currently got an 81 in the bridge, which is what's been used for this demo. Seem to have a noise gate on them already, so that was testing it out there. You could hear hardly any background hum or hiss every time I moved the strings. Also with the amp, you don't get any picks. They're just to give you an idea of scale. You get a manual, you get a copy of Cubase 6 AI, and you get this cable. There's a close-up of the printer end on it. Not the most readily available printer cable. If you go to a computer which has a printer, it probably has one of those cables. If the computer doesn't have a printer, it almost certainly won't have one of those cables, so bring that with you. The European spec power supply, which is what that is, has a slight issue. It causes a lot of hum. If you run batteries or if you hook up the USB cable while using the power adapter, the hum seems to go away. Yamaha know this issue and they're creating a new power supply, and they have told me they will send me one for free as soon as it's available. So if you're buying the first batch of these, you may have that issue. You may have to send off an email to Yamaha and wait for a replacement power supply. If you're buying this 3-4 months after release, you should have no issue, or if you're buying it outside Europe, you should have no issue. This is the lead amp setting, which is based on a Marshall Plexi. It seems to pick up on picking dynamics quite well. is a Fender Baja Telecaster. That's B-A-J-A Telecaster. There are thousands and thousands of videos of much more talented players than myself playing it on YouTube, so you can see it can put through its paces with lots of kind of amps. Okay, so here we have the THR hooked up to the PC, and you can see this software called THR Editor on the PC. So on your first effect knob, you've got your chorus, flanger, phaser, and you can see you can pretty much set an amount for each one of those. So you can see as I'm adjusting the control here, it's having it's changing all 5 parameters that are available on the flanger, for example, on screen. What this means is you basically have a lot more flexibility once you hook it up to the PC on your tone settings. So now I'm adjusting the tone control, so you can see the bass, middle and treble towards the top of THR Editor there. So that's about 12 o'clock, bass is 5, middle 6, treble 6.7, and as I sweep up towards full, you can see the bass is climbing, the middle's dropping and going up, and the treble's going up. So there's a lot of different, even though there's a single tone control on the 5-watt version, there's a lot of versatility in there. The 10-watt version of this amp has dedicated bass, middle and treble control. You also have your speaker emulation, which you can switch. I'm on the clean amp, which has a American 2x12 cabinet, very Fender tweed style. But you can change that to any other cabinet. You can see all the settings for the reverb. There's a massive amount of settings. You can see the noise gate compressor is also available there, which isn't available on the amp itself, either the 5 or 10-watt version. Let's look at the JCM type amp with a mahogany bodied Explorer guitar with EMG-81 and 60 pickups. To the neck and try clean it up with the volume control. this is hooked up to a PC direct through the USB cable, and we're using the THR as a set of live monitors, so I'm hearing the sound directly through the amp, and then that's being sent to the recording software. In previous demos I was using the SM57 microphone into the same recording software. This is also the clean amp. It's a bit quiet here. One thing I found after recording this with THR editor is you can set the USB volume of the device. The master volume controls everything on the 5-watt version. On the 10-watt version there is a USB volume as well. But as I say, with THR editor you can have an independent volume for USB as well. Cranking the clean amp slightly now. From the list now, just to show it'll ignore all the controls on the amp. And then to regain the controls on the amp, you literally just turn the knob, and each time you turn the knob it goes back to your control. There you have it, €200, a recording interface, some decent amp simulations, works even better as a recording interface than it does as a standard amp. Also sounds great as iPod speakers. Things I didn't show you in the demo was there's a built-in tuner which works exceedingly well. It's not as basic as a lot of them. There's a tap, you can use the same button for the tuner to set the tap tempo for the delay effect. And yeah, it's pretty handy. The one issue I've had with it is that power supply issue, but you know, I emailed Yamaha about it at 9 o'clock on Monday morning, and they were back to me by 10 o'clock saying I could have a new power supply for free as soon as it's available. So I was pretty happy with the customer service as well. And that concludes it. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I just played improv stuff through this entire session because YouTube's copyright restrictions, but if there's a particular tone or anything else you're after, I'll be happy to take requests. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.